Hey everybody, how you guys doing? I'm going to be getting in a shave for you tonight using a brand new shaving soap. And tonight I'm going to be using from Caties Bubbles the S'more Love for Noah shaving soap. And as the name implies, it does smell like s'mores. And this soap is actually a special production that was made to help support the Prader-Willi Syndrome Foundation, or the Prader-Willi Syndrome Association. And from Caties Bubbles, they were donating like $10 from every tub sold, which is really cool. So I wanted to, help support that and also try out a soap. The soap is, a big 8-ounce tub. If you haven't seen their soap before, it's very soft. I can dent it real easily. So no blooming or anything there. I'm going to be using my Plisson brush to help load it up. I haven't test lathered the soap or anything, but I'm sure it's going to do just fine. So, when I saw that they were doing this soap, it really appealed to me because that some of you guys may know, if you don't, I am a teacher, and while I was going through school, before I was on my own as a teacher, I was actually an aide for what's called a functional skills classroom, and it's like a special education classroom. And we had students who had, all sorts of various special needs, and I actually had the opportunity to work with a young lady who had Prader-Willi syndrome, and she was just such an awesome, cool young lady. And but I also got to see some of the struggles that went along with Prader-Willi syndrome. And one of the things is that it doesn't, the people who have it, they don't have a sense of ever being like full or satisfied from hunger. So they always feel like they're just absolutely starving. And I know that this young lady we had, the parents had to have like locks on the refrigerator and stuff like that because they would literally just never stop eating. And I'm sure there's other things that go along with it, but that was kind of the main thing. And even in the classroom, we had to put all the other kids' lunches and stuff in special places where she couldn't get to it and stuff like that. So when I saw the opportunity to try out a soap that's definitely going to go for a good cause, I wanted to jump on that. Okay, as for the scent, the S'mores, it is absolutely wonderful. I love, sweet food type scents, and this is awesome. The lather is coming up really nicely. This is actually the only Caties Bubble soap I have in my den. I had their Rose du Marchand soap, but I traded it away. I really didn't want to, but somebody else had a soap I really wanted, so it went out, and that's why I didn't even feel the need to test lather this or anything. It is wonderful, and I smell a lot of the chocolate, maybe a little hint of marshmallow or something, but very chocolatey and sweet. I really enjoy it. So today I'm going to be using my vintage flare tip with a fresh feather blade. So first shave on that blade. I don't think it's going to be an issue with this soap. If I thought I might have some problems with protection or something, I probably would have thrown an Astra in there just to be safe. But I know Caties Bubbles is good stuff, even though it's probably been well over a year or so since I've used one of their soaps. So sideburns are set, and we'll get going on the shave. Also in this video, I'm going to try to do a little bit of trimming on the goatee. So I've kind of thought of an idea that's going to help me out a little bit. So I'll share that with you guys, and if it goes horribly wrong, maybe you'll just get a good laugh. Okay, so here's where I'm going to try to trim up this this goatee here. And what I've noticed is that the longer and longer I've had it, as I'm like shaving it daily, it kind of grows further back. And because I'm always like going up to it and I'm afraid to go too far. So I've kind of let it get a little bigger than I want to. But I wasn't quite sure, you know, really how to trim it up without getting like an electric trimmer and then just going little by little. So kind of the idea I thought of is taking a comb and kind of using it as like a placeholder. I don't know if you can see that, and then like using that so I know where to shave. So we're gonna try that out. That was actually one of my reasons for using the feather blade, because I know that it's gonna have no problem mowing through these hairs. So just an experiment. We'll see if this works. I just hope I don't cut off too much of it. And I guess I should have been concerned about this comb being straight. So it definitely took off quite a bit of it. And I'll just do the rest of this pass and then see if that's going to be where I want it after I rinse off. Okay, first pass, really good. The slickness on there, I had forgotten how wonderful a Caties Bubble soap is. My goodness, it is top notch. As for the Smores soap, yeah, it is definitely still there. It is all over this brush. And as for my little experiment, I think it worked out okay. I may actually want it in a little closer, but you know what? For today, I'm just gonna leave it there and then kind of see how I look, how I like it, you know, tomorrow. Now, if I want, maybe I'll take a little bit more in. So, if you guys have any other tips that you've done for kind of trimming up some of the facial hair with the DE razor, you know, let me know. I just kind of thought of that throughout the day and then figured I'd experiment with it on video. Lather still, plenty of it in this brush, going on nice and smooth. I sometimes feel like after I've done my initial lather, I actually keep my brush with the lather in inside a bowl that's like surrounded by hot water in my sink. You know, kind of like a scuttle type effect, my poor man's scuttle. And I almost feel like second pass, my lather is much like creamier and I don't know, it's just a little bit different, and I really like it. I've noticed it, you know, mostly with like my Phoenix and Synergy soaps, but I'm definitely noticing it with this Caties Bubble soap. All right, second pass. Okay, don't know if something happened with the camera there, but anyways, I'm getting going with this second pass, and hopefully it continues going as smooth. This slickness and protection of the soap combined with the fresh feather, and these hairs don't stand a chance. Okay, second pass down, still absolutely awesome. I will need to do a third pass, but I'm very happy with this so far. Lather is still excellent. Scent is still there, and it's not like a crazy, like you know, blown me away strength of the scent, but it's probably, you know, middle of the road. If I had to put a scale on it, maybe like a 3.5 to a 4. But I'm definitely like getting it. You know, like I can smell it in the lather, I can smell it in the brush, and this is just a terrific scent. I am so far really, really, really happy I decided to pick up this soap. Alright, third pass, go against the grain. Here we go. Okay, 3 passes down, and that is terrific. Let me see if my camera's still recording, and it looks like it is. Good. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome shave. I will splash a little cold water on my face, or as cold as we can get it here in Phoenix as we get into summertime. All right, and I could not be happier with this shave so far. Scent, maybe very, very, very little left on my face after, you know, rinsing it off. I did have one little bleeder there, you may have seen. That's probably more of just the kind of the harshness of a fresh feather. I don't really blame that on the soap or anything. And if you don't have any Caties bubble soap in your den, you need to get one. Or get a couple. I would love to have a bunch, but I just don't want to buy a ton of soap right now. It is so good. I mean, the post-shave is not, you know, the absolute greatest. I think I do have better in my den, but it's good. The performance of the lather, the slickness, just the way it protected my face. I mean, I felt like I was just cruising the whole time. I mean, it is absolutely, like, top-notch. I know a lot of people, Caties Bubbles is their absolute favorite, and I totally understand why. It's very, very hard to make an argument against it. That stuff is just fantastic. So I did put on some Thayer's Unscented Witch Hazel. I don't have anything, you know, that's really going to pair with Smores. You know, it's kind of unique. Maybe if you had like the Phoenix Chocolate Bourbon aftershave, that might pair with it pretty well. I'm just going to go ahead and finish off with some Nivea Sensitive Post Shave. Just a little bit of that. And I think overall, this shave was simply fantastic, exactly what I needed. And as I cleaned up, may not be like the absolute straightest thing in the world, but I think the little trick with the comb seemed to have worked. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. It had been a little while since I had done a video. We've had a lot of sickness in our house, so we're getting better. But great shave, and we will see you again very soon, and have a good night. Bye.